Hi, my name is Paul Cresswell. Welcome to Paul's Tackle Reviews. The purpose of this channel is to give you reviews of tackle that's been out on the bank, tried and tested by an unbiased, unsponsored angler, and that's me. Today I'm going to look at the pole pots that I use, but in particular highlighting a new one that I've recently got from Cresta called the Magna pole pot. So pole fishing works for a number of reasons, but one of the main ones is the accuracy you can get, and by using pole pots you can be super accurate, ensuring your hook bait is amongst the loose feed, something that is very difficult to do on, say, a rod and line waggler fishing. So I'm going to take you through the ones I use and then focus in on the Cresta. And the first ones that I'm going to highlight are the the Matrix little pots. And here's an example of one of them. And when it comes, it also comes with a little collar. So you can make that a little bit higher. And then it has a choice of lids, and we've got a sprinkle lid there as well. Trying to get it focused, but you can see the principle. Now with these, they've got holes in them, they are super light, I've never had one come off, and you can put bait in and simply tip it in or submerge it under the water. The holes help push things through. You can put this collar on if you want it higher. You could even put 2 or 3 of those on if you wanted a really tall pot. And then if you feel the need, you can put a lid on and use it like that. And I would say I use that 80% of the time I'm using a pole pot. You don't have to fill them up. And I've seen people who kind of, every time they go out, you can put just a few things in there. But they also do a tiny little diddy one, good at kind of winter time as well. I think they're the best pots I've used and I really like them. They do a bigger size, which I haven't got, and probably part of the reason is I haven't got a shop stocking Matrix near me. But my next size up, I've got this Preston pot here on the right, and I use this mainly for kind of ground bait in summer, or maybe even micros as well, where you're feeding a lot more. These work great, lots of holes on the side, everything comes out lovely. I'm also going to give a mention to the Preston pole pot, the paste pot that has got a deeper groove down there, so that sits maybe 20-30 centimeters back from your pole tip, which works when you're fishing paste. They're brilliant. I think you used to get them free when you bought some of the paste, it was in the pack. Anyway, I've got 2 or 3 of those. And then lastly, I've got this absolute whopper dropper, and I bought this in case I forgot to take my cupping kit with me, because it's not as big as a pole pot, but you can get an awful lot in there. I think that's well worth having. And if you're an angler without a cupping kit and you maybe can't afford one, or you want to prioritise buying more kits, having one of those is the next best thing. You can put it on the top kit you're using, ship out, introduce big pots of bait. I think they're quite useful. So when I'm using the Matrix one and the Preston one, they have some little add-ons there you can put for trickling bait in. And the problem with the Preston one is you have to clip it on and unclip it every time you want to fill up realistically. And I tend to do more trickling bait in during the winter months, so my hands are cold, I'm fiddling about trying to do that, it doesn't work. The Matrix one, you put on the top of the pot. So just to show how easy. And then the idea being that you move this to the side while you introduce your bait. And again, just a little bit fiddly. So then I saw this launch, and there was a couple of videos out about this Cresta Magna pole pot. They only do one size. It's about a £5 for each one. And it fits lovely onto the pole, and I've got a cut down power kit I use for the margins, and this fits on it. Yeah, it's really tight, but it fits on all the kits I've got, so I've got no worries that one. And the beauty of this little pot is you can fill it up, and then it has a little magnet at this end to stop anything coming out. So you get all the benefits of easy filling it, close that up, and you ship it out. It's got holes like that in the top. You can do 4 mils, you can do micros, you can do maggots and casters, and particularly in the colder months that I find dripping in bait, where you don't maybe need a lot of feed, but you need something falling through the water, this works really well. I did a bit of research before this video, and the magnet there has, I don't know if the magnet's there or there, but you can put a tiny Allen key into there and tighten that up a bit. And I thought, why would you want to do that? And apparently you can set it so that the magnet barely closes, but maybe you could fill it with corn, and then when you've shipped out, the weight would just release the bait and you will be super accurate. So if you're struggling to ship out and you're maybe fishing really long where it can be difficult at times to ship out, then if you got this set perfectly, you could use it to ship out and just drop baits in as well. Now, I'm not faffing about with a tiny little Allen key that isn't supplied, but I have got some, so that I can work out exactly how much tension I need, so that I could maybe put 6 mils or 8 mils in. But the option's there if that's something. What I like about this is quick to fill, flip the lid, ship out, you're doing it. It's a really lightweight, well designed, it's got square sides, got holes in the bottom. So if you want to maybe put maggots in and put a bit of water in, and then it will drip out on the way through, and then they'll crawl out better at the other end. I've used this and I've shipped out and I've turned my pole over and I've waggled the pole and banged the boat trying to get it to open, and it won't open. That's how secure it is. So I use a variety of pole pots, and this is the latest addition to my pole pots. Not something I'm going to use very often, but when I do use it, it's really handy. Like I say, I've got different brands here. If you look at the sponsored anglers, of course, they're going to be using their own sponsored products. And then lo and behold, when they move to a different manufacturer, all of a sudden the new pole pots they're using are the new ones. So you've got to find what works for you. I highly recommend, if you want a great all-rounder, the Matrix. And if you do a lot of trickling in, have a look at this from Cresta. Available online, plenty of places showing it as for sale. That's it. There's only so much I can say about pole pots, I think, today. If you've got any questions or any comments, then please put them below. Any questions, I'll come back to you as soon as I can. I'm still trying to do a video of my new Guru rod, but because of the terrible weather we've had, everywhere's fishing so hard, and it's impossible to get anything on the bank with any good footage at the minute, but it is coming soon. I've got well over 80 videos on my channel now, so please have a look at all of those. If you want to give me a like, that's great. If you want to subscribe, you'll get automatically notified of future videos. I'm back into the swing of it now, so they're going to be coming fairly regularly. Until next time, tight lines.